Hello everybody, and welcome to Dante's Revelations. Now, I decided to record some Iron Banner. Well, not Iron Banner, but, the events leading up to it.
You will be
So, I hopped on,
Maybe it's because
decided to put
I
this on a
got
day
on
after,
before.
to keep up with all the other
Oh,
famous YouTubers.
like that.
And, I
Huh?
found this interesting little space.
Is he where I
Now, for
think
those of
he
you who
is?
don't know, that over there was the Iron Temple.
In the other room?
And who's this? We have a
Is
lady
he on the
Aphrodite.
stairs?
Now, she is, and ignore the
Oh, I know where
background,
he's
I'll
at.
fix that here in a second.
He's on the fucking whatchamacallit over here.
She is the long-lost Iron Lord, never confirmed to be actually dead. Now, for some of you who may have noticed that there was no 9th statue, and there were 10 Iron Lords at the time. Now, keep also in mind, there were hundreds of Iron Lords, but Saladin's team of 10 Iron Lords were the only ones to make it to the Seaver reproduction chamber. She was mysteriously left behind. Anyway, let's get on with these bounties. They've obviously changed the bounties a bit. It goes by point-based system instead of earning, and they're all gold tier this time. I have come to learn that they are all very different, and they're not daily. And so, what I've come to realize is that Saladin is, for most of you who do not know, is retiring from the Iron Banner. He will no longer be in charge of the Iron Banner. That value in debt and honor has been passed on to Lady Aphrodite, as we have just seen. And just for fun, I'm going to show you guys some of my first match of Iron Banner, and a couple things other to mind is, which you'll see here in a second, that the emblem does not grant bonus, and neither does the shader, as you can tell. So it's very odd. I think what Bungie was aiming for was some diversity. They realized us as a community were trying to tell them that ranking up in Iron Banner took too long. It was too much of a grind, and a lot of people didn't like that, especially if you were 3 characters trying to level them up to 5. And as you can see here, Iron Banner is no longer at the top, front and center. It is, in fact, what it appears to be, the weekly Crucible match. And also, Bungie had also decided, just to celebrate the new game mode, to add in Supremacy Iron Banner. And I'll have to say, it's been wicked. It's definitely it's different than regular Supremacy, for one main reason, and that's the slight levels. Now, obviously, me as a 365, that's pre-raid max light level. And if you guys would like to see some raid content, or maybe you want me to stream it, I'll get onto that as soon as possible. We haven't gone around to do the raid because we had inadequate light levels and also no adequate raid teams. But now we are 100% fully functional and ready. Now, I could add some lore into this. And I'd like to give a shout out to My Name is Bife. He is a really, really great Destiny inspiration to me. He has provided me with so much great information, and he does a great job at explaining it. But according to Destiny lore, Aphrodite was the greatest marksman that anybody had ever known. I do believe on her year 1 sniper, Aphrodite's spear, the flavor text distinctly says, with every pull of the trigger, there was one less enemy of the darkness. Basically stating, Aphrodite never missed her shot, quite literally. And she was known for that, and So what happened basically was Aphrodite was left behind because she was either left for dead or she was just thought of KIA or whatnot. And so with that, and obviously if you go and watch the cutscenes, Saladin did know that she was not dead, which raises further questions. Why was it such a thing or a secret for people to know that she was not dead? I feel like it would be a lot more people's responsibility to know that not all the Iron Lords died in that fateful day. And so Saladin was no excuse to surviving, but Aphrodite still remains a mystery to all of us. And I believe with all of the big updates and not expansions, but updates that are going to be coming to us this year, I do believe a lot of that will be explained. I have heard rumors around that Aphrodite has started like her own either community or family or whatever you want to call it somewhere out in the system while she's been away, but it's also been on the outer reaches of the system. So we could be talking about Jupiter, we could be talking about Uranus, we could be talking, I mean, seriously doubtful, we could be talking about Pluto. It's just, there's so much we could be talking planet-wise. And I do believe, I mean, me personally as a Destiny, quote-unquote, year one player, I have always expected it to reach farther than just Venus or Mars. Those are the neighboring planets to us. And we haven't traveled much farther than that than Mercury. But Mercury, again, is just closer to the sun, not necessarily farther out into the system. And maybe we will get the chance to go visit the community she started on the farther reaches of the system, because I mean there's so much lore that needs to be unlocked for those who don't delve into it like I like to. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not a fountain of information like Bifiz. I don't even want to claim nearly as much credit for that. I just really understand and enjoy the content that the lore has to bring that people wouldn't understand. And it's just the reason I feel Aphrodite needs to be explored is because ever since the beginning of this game, Iron Lords have definitely always been the biggest mystery. And what better way to explain it than this expansion, in my own opinion. Moving on from that, I mean, Iron Banner, from what it's been, I personally claim that I am a fairly decent Supremacy player, but this really gave me a run for my money. If you hadn't been able to tell, I'm running with an Apple of Discord, and it has the lovely roles of Headseeker and Handlaid Stalk. And so, I mean, it's decent all around. I have noticed more people are running with hand cannons and auto rifles. They seem to be on top of everything this time around. Also, shotguns have also been on top this way around. So just keep an eye out for that. This Iron Banner is going to be very interesting. And then I'm using a fusion rifle called Each New Day. I picked it up during Trials of Osiris. I do believe it is a Vanguard fusion rifle, so nothing too exciting there. And then I am running, well, just Iron Gjallarhorn, because, you know, why not? Iron or Gjallarhorn Garrison, that's the clan I stand for. But I have to say that because there has been so much to learn, and especially if you didn't keep your eyes open, it was hard to learn. it's Iron Banner has been dropping, as far as I'm concerned, has been the only game mode dropping over 365. I've been decrypting in my Cryptarch. I've been picking up legendaries. I've been doing heroics. The heroics have been granting up to 365, but in recent events they are not, and I do believe that is for the reason that they want people to do more than this just one thing in routine to get to, if they think they can get to max light level. So as of now, the ways to reach maximum light level in this current week is Iron Banner, Trials of Osiris, and the Raid. Now, Wrath of the Machine, which not very many people know, is not quote-unquote a mechanic-oriented, it's not heavily mechanically oriented. And a lot of my friends can agree with that, because that was the one reason they never did the King's Fall raid, is it had too much mechanics. And so that's just, you know, that's just how it's going to be, that's how it was. And yeah, so my overall experience with Iron Banner so far, it's very challenging. Light level has a lot to do with what you need to have done in recent events. Now, am I saying don't do it? No, just definitely go do it. There are definitely some very good weapons. There's exclusive Iron Banner weapons that look marvelous. I think this is one match where I got my machine gun. And they come with amazing rolls. And one thing I like that Bungie did is they made you decide. And this Titan in the middle of all of us with 2 Titan smashes. Oh, that's terrifying. But Bungie, what I really like is they made us choose more than just our armor and shaders and emblems. They wanted us to think about how we wanted our weapons to go. And, you know, if that creates diversity, so even though everybody's using the same gun but uses different roles, I'm okay with that. But I think I'm going to leave the rest to you guys. All the bounties are fairly easy to get over with. I'm done with all of them already. Ranking up is fairly easy. I'm rank 3 and I've only played for 1 day, maybe less than 10 matches. But I think I'm gonna leave it there with you guys. So thank you guys all for listening. I don't do this commentary much. When I do, it's always a struggle for me, but obviously I made it through an episode. So, thank you guys all for listening. Thank you guys all for watching. And please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'm a starting YouTube channel. You don't know how much it means to me for people to actually go and just show that I'm doing a good job. It means a lot. So, thank you guys all so much for watching. Adventure on and enjoy your revelations. Later, guys.